Kimmel was doing it. He was doing it too.
Yeah, he was doing it too.
Yeah. No, he was being accused of joking about it too.
So they were upset at him, even though he was attacking the appropriate person. He was doing it in a manner which is also construed as being transphobic. Like they were saying that his tweet is transphobic. He's a comic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he used to host the Man Show. I mean, he's done some pretty outrageous back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, for hee-hees and haw-haws.
No, that's a good joke on top of a good joke.
Yeah, it's a good joke. Funny thing to say. He's had a real problem with Elon from the beginning of this thing, but it's like he's in this leftist thought bubble. He is in the most leftist thought bubble available, which is Hollywood.
Joe Rogan isn't holding back on Jimmy Kimmel's latest disaster. Kimmel smeared MAGA without checking facts, and Rogan shredded him for turning late-night comedy into propaganda. This wasn't just critique, it was a total demolition. Buckle up. This one's pure fire.
Self-censorship and the idea of being a more empathetic person is a good thing, right? But as long as it's reasonable. But the thing is, the problem with that kind of stuff is it continues to go in the same direction where more and more things become forbidden and toxic, to the point where, you know, the Elon Musk joking around about my pronouns are prosecute Fauci. Jimmy Kimmel made a tweet back to him. He said, your pronouns are ass and hole, which is pretty funny. But then...
Did he really?
Yes. And so then I read that, and there was people saying, please don't joke about pronouns. It's transphobic to joke about pronouns. So they were chiding him for participating in a joke about pronouns.
So Kimmel, the proud leftist, once got roasted by his own crowd for mocking pronouns. Rogan called out the hypocrisy. How can you preach one thing then clown it when it suits you? It was supposed to hit Elon Musk, but instead it exposed Kimmel as a fraud. Let's roll the clip.
Yeah, he was doing it too.
Yeah. No, he was being accused of joking about it too.
So they were upset at him, even though he was attacking the appropriate person. He was doing it in a manner which is also construed as being transphobic. Like they were saying that his tweet is transphobic.
Do you think that was, in that case, do you think that's him or a writer? Can't you tell?
Jimmy Kimmel?
Yeah.
No, it's him, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
good. That's a good one.
He's a comic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, he used to host the Man Show. I mean, he's done some pretty outrageous back in the day.
Yeah.
You know, for hee-hees and haw-haws.
No, that's a good joke on top of a good joke.
Flashback: Jimmy Kimmel co-hosted The Man Show, a wild, unapologetic comedy that mocked everything and pulled massive ratings. No politics, no pandering, just raw entertainment. That's what launched him to ABC. But today's Kimmel, a shell of his old self, chained to woke politics instead of comedy.
A real problem with Elon from the beginning of this thing, but it's like he's in this leftist thought bubble. He is in the most leftist thought bubble available, which is Hollywood. And, you know, and I think also, you know, he famously, there's some videos of him in blackface, and those came out, and he had to apologize for them, and I think he took that hit and, like, really doubled down the other direction. I mean, that's just speculation. But he, you know, now is a guy that goes after people like Elon.
And Rogan's right. Look at what Kimmel pushes now: vaccines, gender fluidity, even biological men in women's sports. He's turned into a megaphone for every woke cause under the sun. The problem? Fans wanted laughs. Instead, they're stuck with lectures.
Because he's willing to put people on with uncomfortable opinions, and he's releasing people that were banned from Twitter because of things that they had said. He's like, as long as you haven't done anything illegal, I'll let you back on.
No, yeah.
So he's doing a lot of that. So it's a lot of people are upset by that, because then they think, you know, well, you're platforming bigots and hateful people, and it's a weird conversation.
Here's the kicker: the left once celebrated censorship, silencing anyone who dared to dissent. And Jimmy Kimmel was cheering them on, mocking Elon Musk for defending free speech. Now, Kimmel cries victim when the hammer swings back. Rogan calls it out: pathetic double standards.
Free speech believer. I think the way to counter someone's inappropriate, even someone like Kanye West, it says ridiculous anti-Semitic things. The way to counter that is to counter that with more thoughtful opinions on what he's saying, and point out that what he's saying is inaccurate in many ways, hurtful in many ways. Like, point it out. Like, talk. Let's have discussion. Don't silence.
Kimmel is choking on the culture he helped create. When censorship was fashionable, he stood with the mob, mocking anyone outside the script. Now, with the tide turning, he's paying the price. Rogan's point: if Kimmel had defended free speech back then, he wouldn't be cornered today.
Chilled. Are you in fear for the future of comedy and free speech?
Well, Will, first of all, I woke up this morning to the incredible shock that apparently TV shows are not guaranteed in our Constitution. I mean, wow. So that was tough to swallow. First.
Rob Schneider nailed it. Free speech doesn't mean free of consequences at work. Employers set the rules, and step out of line, you're toast. That's exactly what happened to Kimmel. He thought he was untouchable, but in Hollywood, corporate accountability always wins.
Waiting for the left, the liberals, to get outraged about Roseanne getting fired for her free speech. And then I'm also waiting, I've been waiting a long time for the left and the Democrats, especially the Democrats on Capitol Hill, for the Twitter files that released that the Biden-Harris administration was actually using the government to pressure Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and especially Twitter to actually censor actual Americans through government.
And don't expect the left to ever admit political meddling. The Biden-Harris crew leaned on ABC to axe Roseanne Barr and pressured social media to crush dissent, all under the guise of safety. Back then, the left cheered it. Now they cry foul? Rogan calls it what it is: breathtaking hypocrisy.
Capitalist pressure is really important because what happens is you have to make money or you have to do something of value so that you can get something in return. Now, the interesting thing is it's false advertising because honestly, look, Jimmy Kimmel can be funny, and I don't mean to take anything away from that, but the fact of the matter, can you remember a political joke that went viral, what was something really funny of his? There was no attempt in humor at all in what he said, and as a matter of fact, it was a lie. Now, as you pointed to, Will, since the 1960s, you have to get a license to broadcast. This isn't Netflix, this isn't cable, this is broadcast TV.
The truth: Kimmel's ratings tanked. Advertisers bailed, furious over his polarizing rants. Then came the biggest blunder, smearing the MAGA crowd, nearly half the country. That wasn't comedy, it was career suicide. ABC saw a sinking ship and started pulling the plug.
Broadcast TV, you have to, the airwaves are owned by the public. And to get that license, you have to be in the interest, like you said, of the public. And so that's why when there's a news van parked in the white zone, they don't get a ticket because they are there to present news to inform the public in the public interest. So what happens is 25% originally was supposed to be the news to inform it, just to get that license. So when you absolutely lie to the public, then you are no longer in the public interest, like Jimmy Kimmel did the other night. Right. Mislead and lie, and actually was something dangerous. So with the FCC chairman, he didn't say that he was going to pull the license. He was going to give them a warning and ask for an apology, what I understood on the Benny Johnson show. And so that's not the government.
At the end of the day, Jimmy Kimmel killed his own career. He turned late night into a soapbox for personal vendettas instead of laughs. Viewers didn't sign up for propaganda, they wanted entertainment. And by choosing politics over comedy, he destroyed both his show and his credibility.
6 different stations around the country say we're no longer airing this. It's because they heard from their consumers. They heard from their customers. And they said, that's it. We're not doing it. And so Nexstar, who's a great guy over there, Sean Compton, said, that's it. He's the CEO and said, when we have complaints like this and none of the channels, 246, because I'm sorry, it's not just LA and New York. There are people in between who have a real sense of decency and who realize that what you had here was you had someone who wanted to have conversations and debate.
Here's the nail in the coffin: 246 TV stations agreed Kimmel's comments were out of line. That kind of consensus is rare, but it says everything. Now, a few woke outlets scramble to spin excuses. But the verdict's already in. Kimmel's words were toxic, his defense is weak, and the damage is done.